I wanted to upload this video a long time ago, but things kept screwing up like they have today. And I just kind of lost motivation to do it, which I'm about to today. But I decided to give it another try. So this is my final project for my final class of my SGD class in college. SGD being a video game development course. It was something I was very proud about because I had a lot of things that were kind of like above and beyond, a lot of things my teachers didn't even require. And that's kind of like how I always worked in my video game development class. And I just wanted to show it to you guys because this is the kind of stuff that I used to get up to a few years ago. This is the reason why my Metal Gear series took me 3 years, because I was doing this stuff. And I don't know, it's something that I hope to get back into at some point in my life again, but I've just really been really busy with work since I work full time and my YouTube channel. But I don't know, so hopefully one day I'll find out to get back into it because I really enjoyed this. So yeah, just enjoy my short little game about the being called the Primordial one. In the beginning of our world there was the Primordial One, a being of pure potential who created and lived on the planet alone during its dark empty days. Alone. One day the Primordial One became tired of living in darkness and thus decided to gather the elements of our world and overload their respective sources in order to create a brand new world. The first primordial decree: let there be a balance between dark and light. So the whole idea here is just you're turning this dark, empty world into something livable, and you do that by collecting these little points on the map and using like a bigger version of those points, which is what I call their sources, to overload it and create something new in the world. And you'll see little by little how this works. Also, something I was really proud of and that my teachers really liked is the menu, which is why I'm going to show it to you now. So you are probably curious why I'm so proud of this, and you will see in just a few minutes why. But let's just start the game. So every time you get one of these, something I really wanted was that everything you do has some kind of like physical effect on you. So like every time you get one of those, you can see that little effect, but also the light inside of you grows bigger, and all the cracks in the Primordial One grow a brighter yellow. That over there would be the light source. So once you have all 5, go to the source. I forgot to show you what happens if you don't get the source, if you don't get all points. If you don't get all points, there will be a barrier preventing you from going forward. And I actually like how it looks. It looks pretty cool. And there you have it. The world has a sun now. The second primordial decree: let there be a force to push aside the dirt, dust, and fog so that I may see my new world. The force shall be called wind. So yes, the next one will be wind. And not only do we have a sun now, but we have a day-night cycle. So, you know, balance between day and light. By the way, this is what I was talking about my menu. Now that we have light and our next one is wind, look at the menu. Not only do these change, but you see in the middle, we can actually see the world, but it has a bunch of dust on it. So this is actually going to change as the world changes. And that's something I really liked about the menu. And in every step of the way, the menu is going to look different. Let's continue. This area here was actually one of the parts that I had to work on the most because all this fog and wind and stuff kept slowing down the game. So with the wind, the whole idea is you're gonna start getting like all this, debris and stuff all around you, and it's also gonna start pushing the dust away from you so you can see better. This wind is what's preventing you from going forward. So we're stuck here until we're done with that. It's a little bit hard to see in the beginning because of all the dust, but once you start getting more of the wind spots, you'll have a wider range of how far you can see until you finally get the wind source, and then all the dirt will be pushed aside. I think you can already see here that you can see better. The sun's going away, so it's turning to nighttime, and my colors are also changing, so that the cracks in the Primordial one will glow differently depending on the element that you have. Yes, I was about to say my cracks. That's why I stopped myself. So the source will be up there, that tornado up there, and I just want to show you what happens if you don't have all the points. You get blown away. So this makes sure that you have all the points collected. So let's go ahead and get the last point. Look how much better you can see now. Much better. The third primordial decree: let the heavens bring down water onto my world so that life may thrive. So that makes it pretty obvious what the next one is. Water. This one may be a little buggy. This one was probably the hardest one to kind of like stabilize, and it's because sometimes they would just get buggy and sometimes it wouldn't. So I really hope it doesn't get buggy. Sometimes the water sphere that'll grow inside of the primordial one just looks really weird and jagged, and sometimes it just won't stop growing. And from the looks of it, it's not the growth. It's just not gonna stop growing. Yep, so we probably should do this quick. Oh, both bugs are happening. It looks jagged as hell, and they won't stop growing. Great. Yeah, this is the one thing that I was never able to fully fix, just because of how inconsistent it was. And this is where you want to go, but you can't go because you don't have all the points yet. So let's go and get that last point. I promise, guys, that this looked better inside of the Unity engine. It's just for some reason on the build, it just gets really ugly like that. It's supposed to almost look like that, except more ripply. But fortunately, this game wants to hate me. So let's just go ahead and get that water in our world. So all the water goes into the giant bubble. And then the bubble falls apart and creates steam, which creates rain clouds. That's how science works, right? Oh, there we go. The fourth primordial decree. May the little energy emanating from my world merge with me so that I may reshape it and bring life into my world. So the last one is essentially bringing life into the planet. And that life will take the form of plants. Resume game. This is probably my favorite menu. I really like how this one turned out. Alright. There's this really weird bug that I, again, was never able to fix because I didn't understand why it was happening, where for some reason in the water you jump a lot higher, as you can see. There's also my favorite effect. I downloaded this cool grass tool that lets you make grass that looks like Breath of the Wild grass, and I used the crap out of it. I love the way it looks. The rain stopped, and I was actually planning on making like a real-time weather system so that the rain would come back every now and then, but couldn't really get into that. All I was able to do was a night and day system. Because these things were so hard to find, now that the world has opened up so much, I made these little fairies to kind of help you find them. And also I just thought they looked pretty, so why not? Oh yeah, you're getting fuzzified. The grass effect on this looked so bad before, because I had to use like grass particle effects that were just using billboards. I'm so happy that I found this because it looks so much better. Should be one more. Nothing really happens if you don't have all the points and you go there. It's just, well, like I said, nothing happens. There's no special effects, just nothing will happen, so I'm not gonna bother showing. Oh, there it is. Could've sworn I got this one already. Alright, now that I'm all fuzzified. If you guys haven't noticed, I adore particle effects. It's one of the things that I was known for in my game development class. So one of my biggest problems with the things I made was that I always went a bit too far with the particles effects, and it affected the performance of the games I made. But they look so good. Alright, here's the final one. Let's go. And that's the end. That cutscene actually took me a really long time, because everything I tried was making the game go extremely slow. But I finally got it to work, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially with this new grass. The new grass makes it look so much prettier. You got the little fairies that were floating around you are now floating around this giant tree up there. And you got the tree sending its energy onto something over there. That was supposed to be something I was going to implement later, where now you had to go back through all the sources and do something to them to make them send all their energy into one central point. And then that's when you would actually like use up the rest of your life to bring like animals and shit into the world. But I never got to that. So you would go to the water one over there, and they would send the bubbles over there. The nature one's already doing it, as you can see. Oof, see? Sending its little fairies over there. And yes, of course, all this music is from other games because I could not take the, I did not have any time to make my own music, of course. That would take too long. The menu doesn't change, by the way. It stays like this. Oof. Got some rudimentary swimming mechanics here. It's really just a platform right under the water to make it look like you're floating. I couldn't figure out how to do like legitimate swimming mechanics, and I was running out of time. But see, they're all coming here, and that was supposed to be where all the points meet up, and there would be this big giant explosion. You would get humongous. Those rings inside of you would get really big and surround the planet, and then that's how the game would actually end. But as it stands, this is what I got. Nothing from them from this. Oh look, you got one ring of every color in there. Forgot to show you that. Did I just double jump? Yeah, that was a mechanic. Sure. Not a bug. It was a mechanic. You get a double jump ability. Anyways, this is not my usual type of video, I know, but I really wanted to show you guys this. So if anybody actually watched it, thank you for watching it. Come on. You're the primordial one. This little rock's not gonna get in your way. Oh god. I guess it is. Oh, there we go. Alright, so thank you for watching. Sorry if it was boring. I just really wanted to show you guys this. And hopefully I can get back into doing this kind of stuff at some point. Alright, peace.